Sarah here from Homestead Engraving, Business and Life. If you're new to our channel, my husband Matt and I are working on our dream of becoming homesteaders. We support our dream by selling our laser engraved goods on Etsy, and currently, with all the chaos going on, we are adjusting to a new life, a new schedule, and 4 kids at home and trying to do it all. So today's video is about how we are going to start homeschooling tomorrow. All right, any other block schedulers out there? I am very much type A person, and tomorrow we are starting this whole new world of homeschooling. For those of you out there who already do it, and go you, I know this is going to be tremendously difficult, and my brain is trying to wrap around how I'm going to do everything and do it well. And I'm going ahead and making a block schedule just so we know what we're supposed to be doing when, not so much for that reason, but so that we accomplish most or all of the things we want to accomplish in the day and don't put schoolwork on the back burner. So we are really fortunate that our kiddos' teachers are sending out lesson plans. They had us pick up all of their materials, all of their curriculum, their books and worksheets and all the pen and paper type stuff. They even had us pick up their crayon boxes, which was kind of sad in a way, to think we might not be back to school for a while. I'm going through and I'm just jotting down a block schedule for the week, kind of what we want to do. I started writing down our morning and I wrote 5 a.m. and then I sat there and I'm like, no, 5:30. And then I changed it to 6. 6 was more realistic. I normally get out of bed at 6, so let's go with 6. I'll get up. So 6 to 9, I'll get ready for the day. I need to get some work done. So that means getting all our conversations taken care of, our emails cleaned up, printing new orders, going over them, messaging people who we have concerns about their orders. I'll have to get all of that done in that kind of first chunk of the day. Breakfast, and then the kids' chores and our chores, which we call responsibilities in our house, will all be done in that kind of 6 to 9 a.m. chunk, and that'll be kind of our main goal by 9 a.m. to kind of be done with that morning, getting ready for the day. And then our next chunk of the day is 9 to 12, and typically I'm working during this time of the day and our baby is sleeping, napping. Usually the big boys are at school and our daughter is usually playing or helping us work. Our daughter and baby, their schedule's going to stay the same, taking a nap and playing or helping dad work. Matt will be working, so it'll be pretty much the same for him. The big boys and I are going to have a big change. We're going to be trying to do school in those 3 hours in the morning, and I don't know if that's a realistic amount of time to be doing our school stuff or the core school stuff. I don't know if 3 hours is too little time or maybe even too much time. I really have no idea. It's not something we attempted before. I went through the kids' stuff and just kind of started banding it up for the week. I just put in a rubber band. Who has what to do for the week. I used to be a teacher, so I went through all my old curriculum books and storybooks and things that would just kind of go along with what they're doing, so it's as much like school as possible. I also don't want to completely weird them out, but if this becomes a new norm, I want it to kind of slowly adjust to that. So that's why we're actually starting this week. The rest of their school started last week, and it was an abrupt start to me. They came home from school on Friday, said goodbye to their teachers like it was any other day, and then Sunday we weren't going back to school Monday. And I didn't want them to just be thrown into this whole homeschooling thing on Monday. And granted, I had no idea what we were doing, and we weren't ready for that either. So we took the whole week off. They played, they helped with chores around the house, with the chickens, got some new bedding in the chicken coop, and just kind of doing family stuff. We're able to have some fun adventures too. Now we're about a week behind, so this week their school is on spring break, and we're going to kind of start slowly introducing this homeschooling thing this week. It's going to be different, and by next week, their teachers are going to be giving us even more in-depth lesson plans to follow and things to do. And hopefully that makes it a little easier starting slow. I just went through like their journals and kind of their journal entries, and their teachers had like guides and things of what to do. And I just wrote with the week, trying to figure out how I'm going to have a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old doing similar things at their age level, just kind of differentiating for them both, which I think is going to be extremely difficult because their lessons aren't laid out that way. So what I did now is I found a lot of things they could do with me, and then things they could do on their own, so that hopefully we can kind of take turns. And then when it came to their journals and stuff, I tried to find ways to overlap them. Like one of the boys is working on the letter R, and just things the other boy could do that kind of overlapped. One is something about puppies, so I was trying to find something my other son could do with puppies, just kind of so they were both doing similar things and can be talking and visiting while we're doing this, and it's not so much sit down and do your worksheet. I really, really think hands-on things are very valuable, and I want my kids to do more hands-on things. So I ended up finding some things in my old curriculum that I think they'll enjoy doing that wouldn't have been there otherwise. I had math manipulatives and stuff, you guys, and obviously if they're doing math and stuff, they can use anything, their Legos, whatever, but they've literally never seen these, so I thought it might be kind of a fun thing to take them out and do their math stuff with some actual math things. And I noticed even my 5-year-old was kind of curious about things he's never seen, so my 6-year-old was like, oh, this is what this is, and here's how we use it. I just found some random books around, like I found a book of science projects, and my boys love science. Add a little science project each day, 5 minutes, and I can certainly do some videos on how we're doing those. I think we've kind of got a schedule figured out, so during that morning 3-hour chunk, I just wrote down the things I want to make sure I accomplish with both boys. Language arts stuff, reading, writing. One is working on his letters right now, and one's working on blending sounds to begin reading. And so they're both kind of in those areas. Something with math and science, something social studies. One thing I want to include is, since we are having this valuable time at home, is kind of like good human citizen learning. Things like caring about others and how to spread kindness. This week they spent an entire day writing letters to just about every single person they knew. I think every single cousin for sure was covered, and lots of aunts and uncles as well. And I want to keep with that, and I want to remind them like how beneficial those things are, and find ways we can do stuff even though we're away from people who might need our help, or people we love and care about that we just want to reach out to. So I'm hoping to do that kind of stuff along with kind of like a religion base. We usually do our devotionals in the morning at breakfast, so we'll continue that because that's routine for them. And some days we'll read a Bible story with breakfast, and some days we won't. So I might kind of transition that into school time, but I also want my daughter to be getting some of that too. So it'll be interesting to kind of play with around how things are going to work. I'm hoping by 12 it'll be a good time to be caught up with school stuff, and it won't be too much for the kids either. Have our lunch. We usually read a story, and then the kids take a rest on days they're home. My oldest is home just on the weekends, and he's usually exhausted after a long week at school. But he's not right now because even though he's outside and stuff, it's not the same as being at school running around with friends. My 5-year-old is normally home 4 days a week, and so he'll rest on those days. And our other two rest in the afternoon every day. So I think what I'm going to have them do is those two younger two still take their afternoon rest, and the older two have been sitting at the table doing schoolwork and stuff with me all morning. I think the plan will be that they get to just go outside, explore, be kids, and I'm hoping they get a couple hours to just be. While they're doing that, I'm going to have to work, and I'm going to have to make up some time working. Unfortunately and fortunately, our business is pretty slow right now. So fortunately, I think I'll be able to make it work. Unfortunately, that means other things that we have to worry about. But I'm hoping in that afternoon time while they're playing, other kids are napping, I can catch up on any emails, convos we got during that morning time. Usually I'm typically answering people right away, but I'm going to want to be focused on them, so I probably won't be answering customers' questions and things immediately. And packaging orders, Matt will likely be catching up really quickly on orders, being down there by himself in the morning, just with our daughter, and then devote any time I have to YouTube in that afternoon, whatever that means. Coming up with ideas, doing videos. I'm not really sure what that will look like. And then I just wrote down that when that's all over, just to have some family time before supper. We've been taking walks every day, and it's cold out right now, and that's been huge for us. And I think that will help. I think going out, being outside together, taking a walk, going for a bike ride, something would be great. And then we can come in and make supper. And the kids love to help make supper, so we might just do it more together. So we don't have that same pressing time of, okay, hurry up, we gotta get supper, eat, take showers, get your clothes laid out for school, get to bed, we gotta get to school in the morning. We don't really have so much of that, here's what we have to get done, that I think we can relax a bit in some ways and try to value this time together, cooking more, baking more. And then in the evenings, we'll do our typical evenings routine, supper, bath, showers, and such. And after the kids go to bed, I'm not really sure what Matt and I will be doing. I don't know. There's usually always some housework to do. I probably still will have work to do as far as our business goes. Probably still more YouTube stuff to do. And then it's bed for us, and we'll do it all again the next day. He woke up and he was just crying. What's wrong? I think it's going to be an adjustment for everyone, all of us. And I want the kids to not feel like it's so abrupt. I want them to feel loved and safe. And I guess that's the biggest thing in working towards. I think we've got it set up for what we want to do for homeschooling, what our goals are, how we're going to make it all work. We have a plan. Plans never seem to work out. I think you laugh. Plans never seem to work out how we think they will. I know where we're going to start. So tomorrow, we're starting homeschooling. Wish us luck. You'll see me in the next video. Glad you got to see me again. Bye.